Hey everyone, in this video we'll be talking about freelancing and we'll be learning about the journey of a person who rejected his placement offer and continued his freelancing journey. With me today I'll be having Akshat and he will be talking about how he got started into freelancing as a marketer. Okay, everything that you might be thinking, whatever doubts you might be having, we have covered in this video. How to find your first few clients, how should you charge your clients, how should you find more clients as well, how should you retain the clients that you already have, how can you scale this business, and ultimately how can you convert freelancing from a side hustle to your main job. All of that we'll be covering in today's video. I hope you'll enjoy. The timestamps would be in the description. You can take a look at that and make sure that you hit the like button, and also let me know in the comment section if you have any questions about whatever we've talked. So bro, thank you so much for joining me here.
Thanks for
And how are you doing there?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. At home doing
Amazing.
Yeah.
Right. So let's get started with your story of freelancing. Tell me everything about it. How did you get started? And what was your first client like and your complete experience with it?
Yeah, so I kind of started experimenting with the marketing and psychology at the start of my second year, because I was never interested in computer science engineering, which was my major at the time in my college. So I was like, okay, let's try something else. I've been trying new things, I've been learning. And then kind of in the mid of the second year, I guess after the first semester. So first I started as, like all people do, like, so I kind of created all my profiles on all the different social media platforms, Fiverr.com, Upwork, Freelancer.com, everywhere. And I was like, okay, let's make some money, let's try a few new things, and let's see if people would like to have my services and if I can do it, right? So I kind of make all the profiles, write my amateur style bios, and I kind of started pitching people for my services. And at the time I had no knowledge about sales, how to talk to people, how to build relationships, and how to actually pitch your services. So I was like, I just wanted a client, so I would even do it for free. If the client have mentioned that we are giving this project $100, I will ask them to, okay, I will do it for $20. But that never worked, obviously. That I realized later that what the hell am I doing?
You pay for what you get.
Yeah, exactly. It is not how it is supposed to work. So like it's continuous process of learning. So I kind of get into a learning loop where I was improving my sales skills, and I was learning the skills that I want to offer in the market on the side. So I was learning Facebook advertisement strategy and how all the complete social space works. And then like after pitching services for 2, 3, 4 months, I kind of got few small gigs, here and there, where just do this, design this post, and help us with something on our social media, this and that. Very small gigs, but nothing very big and significant to tell. But after 4-5 months, I kind of get contacted with this guy from London, right? So and this comes from a website called People Per Hour. So for all the people who don't know what yeah. So at the time it was kind of the initial phases of that company and the website. So not a lot of people knew that, and everyone was on Upwork and Fiverr. But on Upwork and Fiverr there is lethal competition, like
Too much competition. And especially right now, because of lockdown, too many people will be like, okay, I want to make some quick extra buck and I'll go on these platforms.
Exactly. And like even before lockdown, like millions of freelancers, man. Like for one project there used to be like 100, 200, 400 proposals, and I was like, how I'm going to stand out over here? Like there are no chances, right? So then I kind of figured out, okay, there is one more freelancing website, People Per Hour. So this website is so all the people who are from UK. So most of the projects are from London, UK or London, that kind of thing. I'm not sure what's happening right now over there. So over there there was really less competition, not a lot of people over there. So I kind of pitched my services to like I guess 15-20 people, and one of the guy kind of got back to me, and he was like, okay, you don't have a lot of experience, but the work that I have, I think you will be able to do it, right? So I was like, okay, and then we started talking, and then I kind of worked for him for the 6 months. That was my first big client. Where I was kind of getting...
And you were in second year at that time?
Yes. I'm in the second year. That was my first big client, and I was kind of getting paid in pounds. So I was like, okay, this is good. I can leverage the...
Get paid in pounds and dollars and spend in rupees. That's the best thing.
That's the best thing about freelancing. And I always tell people that if you are an Indian and you're a freelancer, you have unfair advantage. Like you can
Definitely.
get paid in dollars and pounds, and when you convert it into money in INR, like Indian rupees, it's just a lot of
Yeah.
money, dude. Like for an average engineer
Definitely.
student, the average salary, at least from my college, is like not in my college. I guess from all over the India would be 50,000. I'm talking about average, and even that's a lot,
Yeah.
right? And $1,000 is like 70,000 rupees, and there are a lot of people who are for $1,000 for freelancing project is less. People close clients for $2,000, $5,000, right? So I was like, okay, this is fine. Let's do this. So I worked for him for 6 months, and then it's here and there. And then once you have that first client, then you can just use them, or you can use the references. You can use that particular project, those case studies, to kind of approach to a lot of different clients. So then it all started from over there, and then I kind of approached a lot of people, and then things got easier and easier. So yeah, that was my first client.
And so far, I think it's been 3-4 years
Not
for you.
three. I would say 3-4 years. So it's like in the second year I'm doing it properly, right? And then in the third year I was like,
Yeah.
okay, till now my freelancing career is not sustainable. So at the end of the day, the fear was in back of my mind. Okay, what I'm supposed to do if I kind of lost the client that I have, and it is not sustainable, man. And if you have a lot of clients, you can't deliver them. So I was like, okay. First, so in the third year, at the end of the third year, I kind of started preparing for my placements because everybody was studying for it, and I was like, okay, first let's have a job as a backup, and then I will start continuing doing it. Okay, so I kind of got placed.
Okay.
I got placed. I had a job, and then lockdown happened, right? And then lockdown happened. So like I was in the college in the fourth year. So in college, in my fourth year, we don't have not anything. Once you get placed, you have to just do the project, right? So then lockdown happened. I came back home. So now I know, okay, at least 8-9 months. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just sitting over here. I had the offer letter in my hand, which I was supposed to join in September 2020, right? So I kind of sat in my room on this chair, on this table for 8 months, and I was like, okay, let's get back to it, right? And I created my Instagram profile, and I kind of started creating my personal brand, and it helped me a lot to reach a lot of people, And after that, after 5 to 6 months, I was like, okay, this is working fine. And in September, finally, I rejected my offer letter. I can't say I quit my job because I never joined it. So I kind of rejected my offer letter, and so I just did it, and I went to my dad and I was like, Dad, I kind of rejected my offer letter, and he was in shock, like every Indian parent would be, right? And he's like, what the hell are you trying to do? Like, there are no jobs in the market due to COVID, and you are rejecting your offer letter and all, right? So the big
in a recession specifically,
right? And you can't get another job very easily. So the things happen, and then he kind of realized, okay, what he's doing, he's interested in it. And then since then I've been working with a lot of clients from all over the world, I would say. And then I'm working on my personal brand. I started my YouTube channel a month ago, consistently. So that's I think my journey from.
So you said personal brand, right? How important is personal brand for a freelancer?
So see,
what has been your experience?
So I think like for anyone who is starting as a freelancer, what people make a mistake is they just go to freelancing platform, they create their portfolios, and they start pitching people, right? But they don't understand there is kind of nail biting competition, right? Because everyone is trying to get that one project. But when you build a personal brand, when you create something of your own, even if you don't have a lot of experience in the past, you kind of have that portfolio that, okay, if I am a graphic designer, I'm creating content around graphic design. So you kind of establish yourself as an authority in the market. And when people come to your profile, they find and they kind of figure out, okay, this person knows what he's talking about and he's kind of a credible person. So you kind of get that upper hand and you kind of get stand out in the competition. So when people get into that decision making phase, they know, okay, this guy already have even 2,000 followers, 3,000 followers, 4,000 followers, but he is better than the people who are just pitching me with their services without any case studies or without any proof, right? So you kind of get that upper hand. And I think for everyone who is starting out in freelancing, personal brand is the way to go, because you have the control. You don't have to worry about all the charges that third-party application freelancing platforms cost you. And if you are really want to do freelancing for a long term, I guess personal branding is the way to go, because that really have helped me in the past and to get a lot of clients. So
Totally agree with you. What happens is that I stumbled upon an Instagram page. That page is about logo designing, and the person who runs the page is Indian, and he has created a lot of content over there, just talking about logos, showing his work, and he got about 300 projects in 2020 itself.
Oh gosh.
That's crazy, right?
Crazy.
So, and like he says that, okay, at least $350 he charges for each of them. Then that's crazy money that he just made right there.
Yeah.
And he's in India. So that's amazing.
That's crazy.
That's the power of, and like all of those projects that he got was entirely from his Instagram page. Right now it is at, I think, about 80,000, 90,000 followers. It's amazing. It's amazing. Yeah. So that is definitely the case. Even I get like a lot of offers. A lot of people want me to work, and that's why I started MarketUp itself. I thought, let me actually get other people to work with me. And let me make this like an agency. That is definitely a better thing to do.
I think the part of it is why people don't do that is, people think that I don't have enough knowledge and I won't be able to create a lot of content. But people don't realize that when you start creating content, the process of learning and the process of applying it in the form of content both works together parallelly, right? You can't learn everything and then you can create content around it. So that's one reason. And the second reason why people don't start personal brands is that people come into freelancing with a side kind of thing, that okay, if I can get few projects on the side, I would be able to make some money out of it. And if someone is, I would say if someone is coming into the world of freelancing with kind of a long-term perspective, okay, I have to do it for at least 6 months, 1 year, while I make my business on the side, then I think people will realize, okay, personal branding is the way to go, because otherwise you will just be fighting people in the competition and nothing is going to happen. You won't be able to get a lot of projects and you won't be able to connect with a lot of people. So I think that's the thing.
You talked about that you started initially for free. You started working for clients for free. Would you recommend others to also start for free just to build that portfolio and get started?
Okay, so I kind of have 2 answers for it. Okay, so if you are into third-party platforms, you don't have your personal brand and you want to sign clients, right? Now in that case, to get that bit of upper hand, you have to have something to show people, right? For them to be able to pay you and get your services. Now if you are starting out, you don't have anything, you don't even have your personal projects, you're just starting out, but you are confident in your skills. In that case, I won't recommend, but I will say you will have to work for someone for free in order to build that even a small case study, or to get some kind of experience that you can kind of tell other clients or other people that okay, this is someone I have worked with in the past, and then you can use that to get different paid projects, right? That's the way to go, right? But if you are building your personal brand from the start, in that case, even if you don't have any case studies, if you don't have any portfolios, that doesn't matter, man. You just have to create content that solves the problems of your potential clients. Like if you can create content around the questions that your potential clients have, and these people land on your profile, then they already know that you are someone who can help them, because you are giving them answers upfront, right? So in that case, I don't think you have to work for someone for free. So I never worked for free for a long period of time for anyone. I kind of did I used to give back trials, okay, that I will work for you for 1 week for free and I will do this and that, and if you like my work, then we can proceed and we can talk about money, otherwise I will leave and I will just need a testimonial from you. So that's how I did it. People think that they have to have a lot of experience in order to sign a client, right? But people don't understand that the person that you're talking to or the person you're pitching your services to has only one goal, and that goal is that they want to scale their businesses or they want to improve their businesses. And if you can make them believe that you can help them grow their business, or either just help them handle their social media so you can kind of maintain their reputation in the market, these 3 things matter, and that's all. Scaling, growing their business, like maintaining their business, scaling it, or maintaining their reputation in the market. If you can make them believe that you can do any one thing out of these 3, you get the client, man. That's it. But people think that I have to have tons of experience, years of experience in order to sign a client, and that's completely false.
So now let's talk about money itself. How should they decide what should they be charging? Because I asked this question to my own people who filled the form, people who view my channel, and they were really excited to work with me. So I had a meeting with them and I asked, how much do you want me to pay you? And they said, whatever you want, we can work for free as well. That is not a good thing, right?
That's the worst thing to do. See, people just underestimate themselves. They don't realize. People think that okay, I can design posts, but how much I should charge for that, and they think that it's not a good skill, But in reality, so I just say to everyone who asks me this question, I tell them, you charge the client, you don't charge your services. right? So I'll explain this. So let's say I have two clients, right? So on the one hand, I'm working with a real estate client who is from Washington DC, and I know he's selling $500,000, $1 million homes every month, right? And on the other hand, there is a startup, but they need the same services, but they're just starting out. You know, they don't have enough money and they're starting out and they need the same services, right? So these are the two parts of it. Now, my way of talking to both of them would be entirely different, right? Because I know the person who is a real estate agent or a big real estate firm can pay me $5,000 per month, $2,000 per month, because I know that the leads that I will be bringing in will be helping them to sell $1 million homes, right? So it's like what you are bringing for the business. But for a startup, you would be able to bring some leads, but these leads will not be high paying, right? They will be like 200 rupees, 300 rupees, maybe 1,000 rupees, I don't know. But so figure out what you're helping them with their business and what type of clients they have. Like if they have a high paying client, they can be your high paying client, right? So if they are getting $1 million from someone, makes sense, right? So if they're making $1 million for one home, you can charge for a chunk of it, right? A small chunk, and that small chunk would be a lot larger for you, considering you are living in India at least, right? So I think just charge the client you're talking to. Don't charge the services that you have to offer, because we are in service industry, right? So that's the very, very crucial and important thing that people need to understand, because otherwise how are you supposed to charge the services? You can't ask for $200 from every person, right? So it all comes down to how you talk to people, how do you make conversations, how do you understand their businesses, and how do you understand
One
their
more question
goals.
can be like, should they charge per hour or should they charge them based on the value that they're providing? As you said,
it depends.
Depending on the size of the business. Okay.
Yeah, I think it depends. It depends. So if you're talking to a client and you know that, okay, I will have to work with this client for a longer period of time, right? So you are confident that, okay, I can retain this client for at least 6 months. Then I think that in that case, the best way to go would be on a monthly basis, right? Monthly retainer, because you know that your services, the amount of services that you're offering are fixed, right? So so I think the best way for you is to calculate your hourly rate in the back end and then decide how much time you are devoting to that particular business, and then calculate your hourly rate and then tell them to pay you on a monthly basis, right? Because otherwise what happens is it's really difficult to communicate, okay, this is the amount of hours I have worked, and so there is just lack of communication. Sometimes you can't tell them, okay, this is the exact hours that I worked, and sometimes they say, no, you didn't work that. So a lot of complexities, a lot of worthless conversations. So I guess the best way to is go with monthly retainers.
Amazing. All right. Thank you so much for joining me here, and I hope.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me.
So yeah, that was the episode. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section down below. Make sure that you subscribe to this channel. I'll be making a lot more videos on freelancing, so you do not want to miss them. Make sure that you hit the like button, and also let me know in the comment section if you have any questions. Follow me on Instagram at Ishan Sharma 7390. I talk about a lot of other helpful tips for you as a freelancer, for you as a college student. So take a look at that as well. Also, Akshat has his own YouTube channel. You can take a look at that. I'll be linking it in the description. And we also have recorded some part of the conversation that is on his YouTube channel. Okay, so you can take a look at that as well if you are interested. With that said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll be coming up with some more amazing freelance videos. So yeah, I'll see you in those videos. Bye-bye.